So I'm back in the van. I've got a couple of things I'm going to do today. Things are starting to move forward again. Hey folks, I'm Ian and this is Doggo, my Ford Transit Connect camper, and today I'm going to talk about the van build. It's taken off again thanks to fixing that broken wire. So first things first, I'm going to show you my table lock from when my table comes out of locking position. I've just finished doing that one. I'm going to show you the repaired wire. Don't need to see that. But then I'm also going to talk about this roof, because finally I can now make a start on finishing this ceiling, just like that one there. Because for a while I've had a broken reversing camera cable. When I was cutting this carpet up here, I sliced through the wire, which wasn't a clever idea, and I've had no reversing camera and it's been a bit of a pain, and the wire was tiny to work on, a little 4-core wire, and it was a nightmare, but I got it fixed finally. So I can now make a start on getting this roof actually insulated and lined, get this hatch finished, and it's all going to start looking good again. So that's the plan now. Finished my table stopper so that I can actually lock it in out of position. I'm going to show you that shortly. And then I also want to have a look at this diesel heater. I've got the Chinese diesel heater and the controller has a timer on it, which I need to work out. Last time I stopped in the van it was 0 degrees and I wanted to set the timer. What we're on now, it's 5 degrees in here. A bit chilly around the old doodah. 6 degrees just gone up. But I want to work out how to set the timer. I want to work out how to set the timer so that in the mornings I can get it to come on before I wake up, and then warm the place up, because like now it's 5 degrees in here, and if I woke up in here that'd be lovely and snug and it would be freezing outside the duvet and I wouldn't want to get up. Whereas I want it to be nice and warm when I wake up. So that's the plan. Get that heater. So I'm going to test that now. We're going to have a little go, see if I can set that to actually come on before I show you these other bits. Let's dive in. Right, so I've watched a few videos on these and it seems like there's two kinds of the screen. One which has a countdown timer, one that has a timer to set. So what they say is you press your settings button, that sets your clock. You then go to your alarm. You want to turn the alarm to on. You then hit OK. And it's just giving me, let's see. You see, it looks like it gives you some kind of wood countdown timer. So I want it to come on. What time is it now? So it's 9:28. So I want that to come on. Let's see if it works on the time. 9:32. Okay, I'm going to leave the second timer off, and then we'll go past that. So now the timer is on. It's 9:29, so it should come on in 3 minutes. So let's see if it fires itself up in 3 minutes, or if, like one video said, it's a countdown timer. If it's a countdown timer, last time I set it, it didn't work. So if it's a countdown timer, last time I stepped in here. Ugh. If it's a countdown timer, last time I slept in here, it was 0 degrees, and I set it to come on at 6:30 in the morning with my alarm to go off at 6:45. And when my alarm went off, the heater hadn't come on at all. So I don't know if it is a countdown timer. Who knows? But in the next couple of minutes, we should hopefully hear that pump, dong, 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 and then the fan comes on, and we'll know it's working. So we'll give it a go. Anyway, I want to show you now my transformer table that you're resting on, because I've made my little lock mechanism for when you're sitting at it eating. So then folks, sorry if this looks a bit wonky. My camera has horizontal leveling, so it always follows the horizon, and as you can see this looks wonky. That's because my camera, it's because I'm parked on a slope, that's why. Anyway, this is my transformer table. It's about 80% complete now, but I want to show you my locking mechanism because you may have seen it in the videos. I can actually slide this out and you can sit at it. I can eat at it. It's nice worktop to eat at. But the problem is when you're on a bit of a slope or you move around on it, it can then start to move around, which is a bit of a drag. So I made something to combat that. Welcome to my little locking pin. And the way this works, you slide the table out and you just stick it in this little hole just there, and boom, moving the pencil out the way, and boom, it's locked off. Doesn't matter now if I'm parked on a slope, this is locked off. It still moves a little bit that side, but it's not going to roll forwards and backwards. Nice and simple. And it pulls out. I've put a couple of different positions on it, but to be honest, it's going to be closed or it's going to be open. That one's kind of halfway. I don't know, not bad if you're watching a DVD on your tablet. But that just pulls out. That's a bit stiff. Boom, back in position, job done. Under here I've got storage. As you can see, it's just odds and sods floating around in there in a minute. But eventually this is going to have nice edging in there. That's all going to be edged off so that things are actually stable in here. So that is my transformer table stopper, and when it's not in use it just goes in that nice little hole just there. Bish bash bosh, done. There we go, the transformer table that is on the wonk, and I can't turn my camera. So that's that finally finished. That idea just came to me when I was walking around home base. I thought, I need a little handle, and then I can put a bolt through it, and then it will just drop through. So just literally walking around home base, and the little handle for it. The little handle for it is actually a handle from these latches for the drawers. So when I was originally fitting one, I managed to damage the mechanism, so the handle is actually spare, and it just slides in there. It's on a magnet so it doesn't come out. So that's that bit done. So next we're going to talk about the heater again because the time's gone. Let's have a look what we're at now. So it looks like we're now at, where's the time? 9:34, and I set it for 9:32. So that obviously doesn't work like I thought. So I don't think mine works as a timer. So let's go into the settings. That's just the normal time. Right, that's on. Oh, go settings on. Okay. It's 9:27, so it's counting down. So it is a countdown timer. So I want it to come on in the next 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Okay, go. It's off. Timer's on, so hopefully in the next 3 minutes this will fire up. Let's listen out then and see if we hear that fuel pump in a mo. So next thing to talk about, I got some funny baskets. Oh, it's caught up. So I got these. From Dunelm, and I thought, wow, they go with the van perfect because the colours, and also they're nice and soft, so they're not going to matter to get crushed and stuff. And I could put things in them, but I don't know where to put them. For now, I just hung them up on this hook. But I don't know, they're going to be useful at some point. Just as of yet, I haven't thought what that's going to be. So they're new for the van. And then what else is new? Oh, there's my fairy blanket as well. I've got proper covers for this seat. They take a bit of getting on and off, and I've been sleeping there quite regular, so I've decided to just put this fairy blanket on there because I've not got a home for that fairy blanket, so that lives on there now, and it don't look too bad. And then you can just pull it off when you need it. Anyway, back to this wire. So up in this corner, behind this light, if we get in there, that is the wire. That is the wire. I'd sliced through it and I sliced this carpet. Took a little bit of finding, but then when I did, it was like bum. So I pulled the cable back through, here, had it hanging down. It was cut right there, so I had to disconnect from the mirror, tie some string around the cable, pull this cable through here, and then once I pulled the cable through, I could then work on it. So I stripped the ends of the cable. I was going to do a real nice pucker job. I got my soldering iron and everything, and stripped the wires, got them all ready, twisted them nice, everything was perfect, a heat shrink on them, everything perfect, and then tried to solder that first cable, and the heat of the soldering iron actually started to burn the sheathing of the cable, because the cables are so fine, started to burn the sheathing. So I've had to do a very poor job in my eyes. I've had to twist the cables together, I've put a heat shrink on them and then shrunk them down, and then put a heat shrink over the complete cables, pulled it back through, plugged it in, and boom, I don't know if you can see, that is the reversing camera. So it's worked. It feels like a temporary repair, whereas I can't do anything more. I don't know any way I can solder those wires without melting the sheaths, because the wires are so small, they're tiny wires. So I really can't see how I can do a better job of that. But hopefully it's just going to last. With the heat shrink on, I'm hoping that's going to hold the cable stable, and they've been twisted together very well, so fingers crossed that's going to do the job. But for now, that's working. That has been a right pain in the bum when it comes to parking, but also it stopped me from doing this ceiling. I've been wanting to get this ceiling done, and in my mind I've got it worked out. I'm going to cut the template nice, the roof is all sealed properly now and then. What's that noise? The bad boy's on. So it is a countdown timer. I don't know why it didn't work then last time when I set it. Probably I just didn't set it right. Maybe I calculated the wrong amount of time, but it never actually came on at any time. So I don't know with that, but it's starting to fire up now. Donk, 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 donk. Anyway, back to the ceiling. So the ceiling, I've got to tidy these wires up. That's my solar coming in. I've got my light wires just there, so I need to tidy up the wiring around there. That's not going to be too big a job. I need to get the wood measured, I need to get the wood cut. You see I've carpeted this part here. I've got to do the same on that side just there. Need to watch them cut any wires, get that carpeted, get this board measured, get this board cut, get this board in. I'm going to just screw straight through into these beams is the plan, and then it should fit at the top quite nice. And oh my god, then the ceiling will be finished. I'm going to put insulation in here as well, because I've got a nice gap, so I can get some pop bottle insulation in there, and then that ceiling will be finished. It's going to look so much better when that's finished. I really can't wait to get that done. That's one of the jobs that was really weighed on my mind. Then I can make a start on finishing this transformer table off, because there's a few bits that need to be done to that. When the transformer table's done, when the ceiling's done, then it's not finished. But then I can just make a start on this floor. With the floor down here, you see I've got to finish the transformer table on the base bit there. I've got to work out what I'm doing with this wiring in this cupboard. Am I blanking it off? Don't know what's happening there. But this false floor underneath the, I don't know if you can still hear me, but this false floor underneath the fridge needs levelling off. It needs securing in, and then it's going to need actually the wood vinyl topping on top as well, and then that would be blooming done. Once that's done, then there's not going to be much left. Still got to do that blind. Then I can make a start on my door pockets. When I say door pockets, I mean down here. You see this section just here? Normally that's where the window wiper motor goes. There's a little infill panel. Mine never had the infill panel, but I was thinking about putting board in the back, and then maybe having some kind of little compartment there for storing things in. I didn't even think about putting the baskets, just securing them on the side there. Could have one on that side and then one on this side just here. But I can then start doing jobs like that. Once this ceiling's done, then I can start doing these little jobs and getting these things finished off. But that's going to be the big thing. I want to get that done nice, make it feel real nice. I will. So that's the next plan. Lots of bits and bobs to tidy up, little things here and there, but it's coming together. I guesstimate we're about 80% finished now, and I don't want to rush the last bit. I want to finish it nice. I've had the van a year. I need to start using it now. So soon, I keep saying this, soon I'm going to take you out on an adventure, a night somewhere in the cold. I want it to be cold, and I'll take you along for the trip. Yes. So if you like this video, give it a like. If you are thinking about subscribing, now would be a real good time. And if you want to leave me any comments, pop in below. Take care folks, I'll see you on the next one. Bye 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 bye.